What is going on, everybody? Zach RC here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome along to the first ever episode of the F1 22 Road to GOAT Career Mode series, the brand new series on the Zach RC channel. Hope you're looking forward to it getting underway. We're taking our 10-season driver career to try and become the greatest of all time. But it all kicks off here tonight for the Bahrain Grand Prix at the iconic Bahrain International Circuit in the desert in Sakir. Looking forward to getting this one underway, making our debut for the Williams Racing Team tonight. Lowest car on the grid in terms of F1 22 performance, and trying to buckle it up to the top. Perhaps with Williams, perhaps we'll move around teams over the course of the series. Who knows? It's going to be a very entertaining one indeed. There's Lando Norris starting P7 on the grid for McLaren. Decent qualifying for the Brit. I want to try and convert that into some early points to kick off the season. There we are in our Williams machine. We're rolling off from P18, so it's unlikely we'll score points. But if we can do that, then it'll be a brilliant debut for us in Formula 1. There's Fernando Alonso, two-time world champion for Alpine, looking to put L plan into effect for the first time here tonight. And finally, Valtteri Bottas making his debut for Alfa Romeo, having moved over from Mercedes in the winter. Looking forward to seeing what he can do with his new team alongside Zhou Guanyu. So 29 laps of racing, we're going 50% races for this series, so it should be a very entertaining one indeed. So make sure to like, share and subscribe before the video gets underway. Try to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year as we sort out the strategy there. We're going to go for that default one stop, mediums to hards, go lower the fuel a bit just to get us ready for the race ahead. And with that, let's get this Grand Prix underway and get the series underway as well.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out.
So as we round the final corner now to get lined up for the start of the first round of the 2022 Formula 1 World Championship. As I say, looking forward to getting this series underway. It's going to be a very, very entertaining one as we work our way up towards the top of Formula 1. But it all starts off here tonight. We're lining up with the Aston Martins and the Haas cars at the back of the grid. Hopefully we can make an impact on this opening lap if we can. We just have to watch for the lights. It's going to be an entertaining race, so let's get this one underway. So go now to 5 red lights for the Bahrain Grand Prix in the first race, the F1 22 Road to GOAT Career Mode, and it's underway. Lights out, foot to the floor, go, go, go. Pad start for us compared to Stroll on our left-hand side. Now one might try and get the jump on us as well, our teammate for this first season. We're going to dive towards the first corner into turn 1, go late on the brakes compared to a good number of cars. We'll dive to the inside of Gasly there and try and get the jump on him at the last possible moment. It'll be on the inside of us going through turn 2. Give him the room over the curve. He has to go over that curve. And we managed to pick up to P15 and Tsunoda and Zhou backed up. And here comes Gasly behind us. He's got a good toe as well. Just be very careful. He's going to back off, so I don't think he's going to go for it. It's the inside Ricardo for P11. And being turned by Gasly there at turn number 4. And what was the Frenchman thinking there? Dive at the inside at the last moment. I thought he backed off, but apparently not. He's still down our inside, so we're going to the S's for the first time in the second sector on this opening lap. But what was Gasly thinking there? Disastrous start for us. We gained places and we're lucky to not go away with damage. We've really lost momentum here. Let's try and close back up to Tsunoda in front of us. Zhou fell behind us, so that's all good there. We made another dive, gain a few places. We could have made it up as high as P11 had Gasly not intervened with our attempt to pass Ricardo. Regardless though, so good start in terms of position gain, bad start in terms of that little incident there. Let's have a look at a quick little replay as to what actually went down there on the raid down into turn number 4. So let's have a look at the TV cameras here. There's the 2 Ferraris up front going side by side into the corner. Gasly looks to the inside, looks to back off of it then. And he goes back on the throttle and goes up our inside. And that's where the proximity arrow came into effect. It went red as we were turning. So Gasly just turned us a little bit there. Let's go have a look at Gasly's T-cam here. So we're on his outside. We managed to get around him at the exit of turn number 2, and then going through turn 3, we make our way to the inside of his teammate Tsunoda and passing Zhou and almost Schumacher as well. See, Gasly backs off here, then goes back on the throttle to try and get around Schumacher, and that's when he comes in and turns us. So not quite sure what he was thinking. Well, one last different angle. Let's have a look from the back of our car. So we definitely have to jump on Gasly going into the corner. And like I say, he just goes back on the throttle. So an unfortunate incident there, which we really could have done without. But regardless, we've got no damage. Neither is Gasly by the looks of it. So we keep on going in this one. So as we push on to that number 3 now, this Grand Prix, we've got Alfa Romeo stopped at turn 1. That's where Valtteri Bottas is now out of the race. We've gone on the curb way too much there, and we spun out for the first time in our F1 careers. Guanyu Zhou gets around us in the Alfa Romeo. We tuck behind him into P14 after gaining in place off of Bottas at the time. We're down to 19 cars in this race. Unfortunate for us. Another incident involved, but this time it's just us spinning out on our own. We're lucky to have managed to get the car out the wall here. Moving on to the end lap number 3, we've got DRS on Guanyu Zhou, which has now been enabled as we make our way down that main straight. There'll be a yellow flag in just a few moments' time. We're not really gaining much on Zhou. We used a lot of our ERS over the first those 3 laps in trying to just catch up to the cars further ahead. Of course, Tsunoda, who is at the back of that pack, when we got spun out by Gasly early on. Pushing on to lap number 6, still there in P14. Gasly right behind us there, all over us, refusing to give in after what happened on that first lap. Coming off of turn 10, we've gone way wide on the curb there. Another rookie error. Gasly looking to the outside now, trying to make something work with the DRS to his advantage. We're going to try and dive back in, go later on the brakes than he does, try and make a move, and there we go, back up the inside, sweeping inside and into P14 once more. Let's try and close up to Joe, but he's already 2.8 seconds clear of us at this point. And Gasly's our main focus. We've got to keep him behind for the time being. Pushing on to number 9, we're down to P14 after Gasly managed to pass us in the end. We've now got George Russell, who's right there behind us, or sorry, in front of us in P14. The Mercedes driver on his debut had taken his seat at Williams. He's gone to the Silver Arrows, and he's been struggling here. He's got a mechanical problem of some kind with that car, so it's no wonder he's down in P14. We're going to chase him through the end of this first sector now. Gasly isn't too much further in front of us, so we need to try and close on him or keep up with him as much as we can. Because if he gets out of our DRS range, we might have a chance to get him back. We'll go to the inside of Russell now. Going to make a dive from a distance. Russell gives us the space. It's brilliant racing from him there. Good sportsmanship. We're going to go up the inside and take back what I believe we can take back P14. We've still got Gasly to worry about. We've gone wide again at turn 10. Turn 10 being a real weak spot for us. We've gone wide there and spun out over the course of these opening 9 laps. So unfortunately, we have to keep on pressing, try and close up to Gasly, but he's already 1.4 seconds clear of us as of right now. And pushing on to the lap 12, he's 2.5 seconds clear, but it's time for us to make our first and only pit stop of the race. Let's put the pit limiter on here. So really have to get used to the skills that are required to be going into the pits with the pit limiter, because I've never really used it much before. Coming into the pits using the broadcast camera for this race. If you guys want me to change it to the realistic one, then that's perfectly fine. Just let me know in the comments below. Making a change onto those hard tyres. We've got Kevin Magnussen has returned to F1 with the Haas team coming in just behind us. 2.6 second stop onto those hard tyres. We come out in front of Magnussen as expected. However, I feel like we'll be struggling on these hard tyres. We struggled with them a lot throughout practice earlier on Friday. So it could be unfortunate if we lose time to Magnussen over the course of the lap. And of course, we've got to brake it even amount for turn 1 to avoid going wide. Magnussen knows what he's doing there. He's driven this track many times before. And we're in lap number 13. Magnussen is right there with us, going to our insides. He charged towards the final corner on the circuit. We've got Albon, Stroll, and Gasly all pitting right now. They're making their way towards the pit exit, so I'm thinking pitting a lap earlier than them probably hasn't worked as well as we thought it would. As Magnussen's still charging out, we've got the DRS on him because we were just behind him going to the detection zone. But all three of them, Albon, Stroll, and Gasly, all coming out in front of us crucially. So he's lost 2 places in the pit lane. However, we should get 2 back because I believe that Vettel and Russell are yet to pit. They're still up there higher up in the order. As we push into lap number 16, both Vettel and Russell have come into the pit lane. Magnusen's looking to our inside. We're going to turn number 10. We've got a bit wide there. He's spun out again. And for the second time in this race, we go around at that very tricky, tight left-hander of turn 10. Magnussen now 2.5 down the road already. We're going to have Vettel and Russell to contend with. A 4-time world champion in Aston Martin and a driver in a Mercedes, which may be getting himself back up to speed now. As we come to the end of lap number 19, we've got 10 more laps to go in this Grand Prix. I doubt we'll be able to keep Russell behind for that long, but we're going to give it a fair try. As he's going to go to the right-hand side with the DRS now deployed. As we charge down that main straight, he's already got the jump on us, going towards that first corner. He's already clear of us without Carlin's got to. Let's try and dive in as late as we can. Once again, try and get Russell for the second time in this Grand Prix. He's going up the inside, and that's job done for the moment. He's still down our inside. We had to cut him off over the curbs in turn 2. We've done just that and got the DRS out of it as well, because we were behind him in the detection zone. Once again, same sort of tactic we used with Magnussen earlier on when he was making his move. As Russell goes away wide behind us, allows Vettel through for P18, so Russell to the back of the pack. I feel we'll be battling with these two for the remainder of the Grand Prix at this stage, provided we can keep up with them, because Williams definitely isn't up to par with them. Because Albon a couple of places up, he's there in P14 right now. He's got Stroll and Magnussen for company just behind him. As Perez sets the fastest lap. Here we go, they're making their way towards turn 10 once more. We've done a decent job of keeping off the curbs. The yellow flag behind us, and that's both Vettel and Russell have spun out. That's sensational stuff there. What on earth has happened to Sebastian Vettel and George Russell? Have a good replay here. We go into the corner nice and smooth, avoiding that outside curve, which has been the problem so many times. There goes Vettel and Russell just spinning on their own. That's almost a synchronized spin right there. So I'm not quite sure how that's happened. They may have just gone a bit too wide. Russell's gotten away with it. He's gained a place essentially off of Vettel. However, he's lost a lot of time to us. But if that issue can get fixed by Mercedes, I'm assuming it's a software issue of some kind. By the time we get to lap 24, he's 1.4 seconds behind us. So he's really closed that gap back up that we gained. But Vettel's 10.8 back. So I feel like he's out of the equation at this stage. It might be a last little battle with Russell here to finish off this Grand Prix. Because if he gets past us, then I don't see any reason why we'll have any more challenges left to face in this Grand Prix. Russell's now half a second back as we get towards the end of the lap. 5 more laps to go. We've held him off for about half that 10 lap distance that we said we need to hold him off for. But it looks like it's not going to be. I doubt we can hold off Russell down this main straight with the DRS and a fixed Mercedes machine. So down that main straight, DRS now deployed for Russell, nothing for us. We've got no ERS or anything to fight him with at this stage. So I think we may have to cede position, unfortunately, and let him go, or not let him go, but let's challenge him as best we can. But he's got the inside line going into turn number 1, and that will be all she wrote for that battle. Russell will get away here, and that might just be about it for our racing at the very least. So Russell's going to pull off into the distance. Despite having DRS, we can't quite keep up with him, and he managed to make himself into P16 as we start the final lap now of this Grand Prix. Up front, Perez is on course for victory for Verstappen, and Charles Leclerc right behind him, and Sainz has had a poor race today. He's down there in the 8th spot, to my knowledge. We're down in 18th, so this is back where we started, essentially. After that brilliant start, despite Gaz's incident, we came away with about the same position. And Perez, who won the World Championship in our F1 2021 driver career, is about to come across the line to win. Sergio Perez wins the Bahrain Grand Prix, the opening round of 2022. Verstappen comes on second to start his title defence, and Leclerc in third. We're going to come off the final corner now to complete our debut, which couldn't have got a lot better. But P18 in the end, and that's the way it is, so we'll buckle up and move on to the next one.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home. Red Bull pulling out all the stops today. What a great win. So, Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sports that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
So there we have it then, a Red Bull 1-2 to kick off the 2022 season. Perez takes top spot, Max Verstappen coming home in second, and Charles Leclerc with a final podium place. Red Bull looking supreme over the course of this race. Could they go on to dominate Formula 1 this year? We'll have to wait and see. For us though, it's a P18 finish, which obviously could have been a lot better, but it is what it is. I'll have to move on to the next one. Can't let this one bog us down. I'll just keep on moving with that mentality.
So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Daniel Ricciardo would be my driver of the day. He just outright refused to make any mistakes. Perfect driving.
Let's move on to the constructors, and Red Bull take over as championship leaders. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula 1.
So there is your final result at the end of a thrilling Bahrain Grand Prix. So Perez first, Verstappen second, Leclerc third as we've already mentioned, and we finished down in 18. Albon P16 in the end, so it's been outperformed this first time around. We're going to try and stop that from happening over the course of the next couple of races. But guys, that is where we bring this video to a close. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed recording it. Hope you enjoyed watching it. And make sure to like, share and subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I hope you're looking forward to this new series. Let me know what I could have improved on down in the comment section below. And that's more or less all there is to say. So as I say, like, share and subscribe. Hope you're looking forward to the rest of the series. And until my next video, you guys, I shall see you later. Goodbye.